Hi, everybody, it's Jenny, and I am currently on the ketogenic diet as I go through P3 on the HCG diet, which basically means you're not on the HCG protocol, you're not doing the HCG drops, you're in a period of time where you don't do any of that and you let your body kind of reset. And the goal is in P3 to maintain your weight and not let it get more than 2 pounds over. So my P3 journey has been pretty much in there. I got as much as 3 pounds over and then I kind of came back down. So the last time I spoke to you was day 29. Let me see here on my chart where day 29 is. Day 29. Okay, yeah, so that was a happy video. That was 3 days, 4 days ago. 4 days ago. I haven't done a video in a while. I apologize. On day 29, I lost 2.8 pounds. And so, yes, I do remember I was celebrating in that video a little bit. I also knew that the next one wouldn't be quite as exciting because, 2.8 pounds in one day was probably going to even out the next one. Sure enough, the next day I got on the scale and it was a plus zero point 0.9. Didn't panic too much just because of the minus 2.8 the day before. That's still a net gain of 1.9 over the 2 days. So, well, happy with that. Sorry, my cat jumped down and she was going to take all my papers with her, but it's all good. Okay, so then the day after that, which was 2 days ago, I got on the scale and it said minus zero point 0.4. So I'm like, okay, we're getting back on track. I like minuses. That makes me happy. And I am officially losing weight in P3 because I lost 20 pounds by the end of P2. And that puts me at a 21-pound loss. So that's another pound loss in P3. So I was happy with that. And what did I eat that day? I realized when I have my buffalo chicken dip that I use about 1.5 to 2 peppers with it. So I do have a decent amount of peppers as I'm going through eating the dip. And I probably have about a cup of the buffalo chicken dip. At the high end, it would be 2 cups, but I don't even think I've ever had 2 cups, maybe a cup and a half. So anywhere between a cup to cup and a half. We'll just say I always have a cup and a half of buffalo chicken dip and then about 2 peppers to eat it. So that day, I had about 10 pieces of salami too. I know I shouldn't, but I was in a rush and I had to grab something. Um, and there was a little bit of chicken dip left, so I didn't want to take the peppers because I want to eat it with the peppers. Otherwise, I'm going to go to tortilla chips in the house if I don't have the peppers. So I didn't want to take the peppers and eat those on the way. So I took a couple pieces of salami because it's better than a piece of bread or a cracker or anything along that line. All right, listen to me always justify my bad choices. I mean, it is allowed, it's just not recommended that you have processed and lunch meats on it. But then again, 10 pieces of salami was literally probably less than an ounce. They are so thinly sliced, there's not much to it. Okay, so there we are. That was on day 31 in P3, and I was down 21 pounds overall, down zero point 0.6 pounds at that point. How does that say I'm down 0.6 when I should have been down? Okay, our numbers are starting to get mixed up again. Me and my math. All right. Anyway, we'll keep going. So then there was yesterday. Yesterday's weigh-in. Yesterday's weigh-in was a good one, and I felt like it was going to be a good one. It said I lost 1.7. And that day, I had something in the morning. I honestly cannot remember what it was. I just remember thinking it was generally something smallish, but I can't recall because I just had to put it in today. The past 2 days, I didn't put things in here because I was at the water park. And I was rushing out after I taught my classes. Oh, I don't know. But along with whatever small thing I had, and maybe it'll come back to me later, I had 5.5 ounces of grilled chicken, and a huge bowl full of lettuce with Caesar salad dressing because Caesar salad dressing only has 2 net carbs for the um, amount that I put in there. And actually, I probably put more than 2 tablespoons in. It really was a pretty large one. So let's say we had 3 net carbs. Now I went back and I looked at the carbs on the honey mustard dressing, and it had 4, so it was double the carbs. But when I think about what I eat in a day, I really don't have that many other carbs. The peppers concerned me at first. Now, I look at my Fitness Pal and it says that, oh, at the end of the day, I was at like 48 carbs for the day, or I was at 39 carbs for the day. And I'm like, man, I need to get this under control. But then I realized none of those were net carbs. My Fitness Pal didn't figure out net carbs. The the peppers are so high in fiber that the pepper itself, the net carbs were significantly less. It was something like 8 carbs on the pepper, but only 1 to 2 net carbs. So when I went back and kind of briefly in my brain looked at my Fitness Pal and tried to figure out, okay, how many carbs, I was like under 30 every day. I was like sometimes under 20 for the day. So that made me feel good about myself. Like I kept thinking like I cannot get it together. I cannot. I just 50 carbs. Oh, my cat's back. All right, sweetie, lay down. So that minus 1.7 I was excited about. Yesterday I was at the water park all day. Okay, we know when I go to the water park, I'm eating water park food. Here's one good thing that I did. I have the free drink refills for the entire summer at the water park. So we just keep going. Now, I love Diet Cherry Pepsi. They do have Diet Cherry Coke inside Cedar Point in the park. They don't have it in the water park. So when I'm at the water park, I fill it all up with Coke Zero, or have them fill it up with Coke Zero, depending on which station I go to, if I get it myself or if they're getting it for me. And then at the very top, I just put a little dash of the cherry in there to get the cherry Coke. So it's basically Coke Zero. Then I realized I drink about 7 of those glasses a day when I'm at the water park. I add all those little topping off of cherry Coke at the top, and I probably drink an entire cherry Coke. And that is not okay. So yesterday I added no cherry Coke to any of my Cokes. So I did really good with that. And I thought, what's the difference between salami and a hot dog? They're both processed meats. So I decided to go with something a little bit different this time. And I got keto bread, and I put salami on it, and a slice of American cheese. Don't judge me. Yesterday I finally went and bought some regular cheese. I got a chunk of cheese that I can shred up. We can talk about that another time. Somebody gave me that advice. Don't use the shredded cheese because there could be some carbs that it's in the coating. So I have cheese options now in the house. But yesterday morning when I was packing what I was going to take to eat there, did not have any other cheese options. But I will say, because it was so warm, it was like 88 and humid yesterday, that cheese melted with the salami and it tasted like delicious. All I needed was that bread to be toasted and it would have been the best. Probably would have been better on a bun, but anyway, it was fine. So I had a keto. I didn't have any keto buns. I just had keto bread. So I had cheese and salami on keto bread. And the keto breads aren't that big, so I did a sandwich and a half, thinking that one sandwich might not be enough. I brought a package of peanuts with me. I didn't eat them, but I did eat them after I got home later in the day, while I was on my computer doing work stuff before going to bed. So that's what I had for the day yesterday. So a sandwich and a half of salami and cheese. I believe I weighed it, and it was 3 ounces of salami between the sandwich and a half. So 3 ounces of salami, 2 slices of American cheese. Not great. 3 slices of keto bread. Let me mark that on my sheet because I have written here 2, but it's not 2, it's 3 because I had 1.5 sandwiches. And I got on the scale this morning and I lost another 1.3 pounds. So excited. So far, in P3, on day 33, I am down 3.6 pounds. Now, is something going to happen and maybe I'm going to go back up? Maybe, possibly. But I'm feeling like I'm starting to get in my groove. So I am excited about that. I have some more grilled chicken that's been defrosted, so that's going to be my goal, is to try to stick with. I also have that ground chicken taco stuff in there, and I haven't had that except for one day. So I will do that too. And I'm going to try to get back to Acme, who had the peppers on sale because I've eaten up all my peppers. Try to get back to Acme and get another 11 peppers. Their peppers were all on sale, all colors of peppers. All their peppers were $1 a piece, buy 10, get one free. So it was 11 peppers for $10, which was a pretty good price. All right, so a lot of chatting at the beginning. I apologize. I thought this was going to go quick, and it didn't. Here we are. I think I'm down 24 pounds since I started doing HCG since the beginning of round one. I'm going to double check those numbers and get back to you on that. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about what to eat on keto and some of the stuff that I read, and we'll talk tomorrow about what to avoid. I'm just going to pull this right from the Diet Doctor site and read it to you. And here's what it says. Here are the typical foods to enjoy on a ketogenic diet. The numbers are net carbs per 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of food. To remain in ketosis, lower is generally better. So, here are the best things to eat. I'm just going to look. There's a picture, so I'm just going to show you on the picture what it says. It says fish and seafood, and it has 0 for your carbs. We'll start with the lowest and go to the highest. 0. All natural fats. They show butter, milk, and oil in this, and then probably heavy cream. It looks like something like a little creamer. 0 net carbs in there too. Meats, 0 net carbs in there. And then we go to eggs and cheese, 1 net carb. Vegetables that grow above ground. Not my favorite potatoes. Vegetables that grow above ground. They have a picture of peppers, broccoli, eggplant, tomatoes, avocados, asparagus, lettuce, cauliflower, lots of vegetables here. And it says that can be anywhere from 1 to 5 net carbs when you eat those. All right, let me go on and read just a little more. What's the most important thing to reach? What's the most important thing to do to reach ketosis? Avoid eating too many carbs. You'll likely need to keep carb intake under 50 grams of net carbs for the day. Under 50 grams of net carbs. It's interesting that that's a recommendation. And then it goes on to say, ideally, below 20 net carbs. The fewer the carbs, the more effective the diet appears to be for reaching ketosis, losing weight, or improving your type 2 diabetes. All right. So there's a detailed list of what to avoid on a keto diet, and we will talk about that more tomorrow. You know what? No, let's talk more about what we can eat as opposed to what to avoid, because I kind of know exactly what I need to avoid, but sometimes I'm like, what else can I get? My brain just is, I'm so used to my usual set of foods. I'm like, what else can I have? So let's do that. We'll talk about some meats and nuts. And nuts is something that I wanted to talk to you about because I have those packages of peanuts, and I read somewhere that you shouldn't have peanuts on keto, and I didn't understand that at all. So I did look that up the other day, and I'll pull up what I found there for myself. A spoiler alert, I think you can basically eat most all nuts. All right, I'm going to go and we'll leave it at that for today, but I thought that was general helpful information for us to know what to focus on. Meats, fats, fish, cheese, eggs, vegetables. That's what we're eating. Of course, it doesn't say on there get any kind of keto bread and keto buns, right? Or keto desserts or keto bars or anything like that. So it doesn't show any processed foods in there, really. I mean, I guess some people refer to cheese as being processed. Other people don't, depending on how you read, which sites you use. Um, Depends on what you define as a process. Obviously, it's a process. It's a process to put it together, but it's not adding artificial stuff or any kind of preserve. Anyway, okay, we don't need to get into all that. This is what you need to eat when you're on keto. I'm a little bit all over the place. I need to get back to my classes now. I have another kid coming up here soon. Happy day to you. And I'll be in touch in the next couple days. And hopefully, we're going to keep this journey going. That's my goal. Let you know anything else that I find that's wildly successful to me. And I'll let you know what I do when I do some shopping today. What kind of overhaul I pull in for tomorrow. Take care. See ya mañana.